Welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. This is Birds on Board, and I am Pigeon once again. And honestly, I do hope, I'm not just saying that, I do hope you've been having a wonderful day, or evening, or afternoon, or night, or whatever time of your day you're currently watching this live, or if you're watching the replay back on YouTube. So, yeah, welcome to Birds on Board. We do board games, mostly playthroughs at this point, but I am planning to put up some tutorials, some setup videos, some reviews, all that board gaming jazz that everyone loves. Now, for those of you who are used to me playing my pandemic playthroughs, you'll notice the setup looks slightly different, and that's because we are today going to be playing solo. Oh, but that's not different, you say. You've been playing solo for the last 5 or 6 streams. Yes, but I've been playing the solo mode that you can play with pretty much any cooperative board game, where any cooperative board game that has open information. So Pandemic, although everyone has their hands, the goal is to or the strategy is to at least let your co-players know. Remember, it is a cooperative game, to let them know what your hand's looking like, so you can kind of give each other an idea of what you're working with. So you're going to work together to get the best plan together. Okay. So to play solo with that, all I would need to do is just take turns playing as each of the separate characters. I know I can see the hands. There's no secret information. It doesn't make it easier or harder for me that I'm playing all the different roles. But yeah, you can do that with most cooperative games with open information. But Z-Man Games, who are the publisher of Pandemic, have actually put out their own official variant for solo play, and I did not know about that. I was not aware. It's slightly different. I've never played it before, so this will be the first. This might be embarrassing, for all we know. Hopefully not. I did learn about it recently, but I wasn't planning on doing it until I finished beating Heroic Mode. Heroic Mode was too difficult. I got slaughtered in the last stream, and I'm a bit embarrassed, and I feel I need a bit of a palate cleanse, and I'd like to try the solo variant to see myself. Is it more fun? If it's more fun, then I'll continue using that variant, unless folks want me to go back to the old way, and vice versa. If the old way is I feel more fun and more engaging, then maybe I'll go back to that. Maybe I switch back and forth. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If you are, however, interested in trying this variant for yourself, I have linked the link to Z-Man Games website, where you can find all the resources for Pandemic, and there you'll find a solo variant. It's just a 2-page PDF that explains exactly how to do it, although we will be setting it up here together anyway, and I'll take you through the setup. It's not too different, although I do think it will change the game a bit, the strategies at least. So, okay, enough jibber jabber. So, today we'll be playing the solo variant of Pandemic. Pandemic is a cooperative game designed by Matt Leacock, and it is also published by Z-Man Games. And let's get set up, I think it's time to get set up. So the first thing with the solo variant is we do not have the researcher. So researcher role gets removed from the game, as well as the researcher pawn. We don't need that anymore. Okay. Why is that, you might ask? Because the main difference with this is that we don't, we'll be playing with 3 roles. Although there are 3 different roles, there is a single hand. So I control 3 different members of the CDC, the Center of Disease Control, Center for Disease Control, who are flying around the world, clearing up all these different color diseases. But usually I'd have 1 hand of cards per each of them. In this solo variant, I have 1 hand of card with a hand limit of 7. So that's extremely difficult, because I need 5 cards of the same color to defeat a disease, to cure a disease. And how am I going to do that if I only have 7 cards? I'm going to have to throw everything else that is not the color that I'm gunning for. All right. So another change is that we get something called the archive. And the archive is a set of cards that sits outside the hand, right? It's unlimited. And what it does is, imagine we had the card San Diego over here. Now, usually one of our actions that any player can do is called share knowledge. And what share knowledge does is share knowledge says, if my player and another player are at the same location, we can share knowledge, and pass that card that describes that location, so San Diego in this example, can be passed between us, right? Now, in this world, San Diego actually sits at the location. You can imagine like at the library there in San Diego. So now when I go there, when I use my share knowledge, I'm taking the card out of the archive and into my hand, right? Or vice versa, I can use the share knowledge action to take a card out of my hand and put it in the library, into the archive, right? And the reason for this is then that way I can drop cards where I need to be, and another player at a later stage can get there and pick them up, right? And then we can get a cure. At least that's what I think. Remember, I haven't played this before, so we'll be learning together. If that's okay with you all, obviously. Okay, so I think first off, we don't have the researcher. They've been removed. And the reason the researcher was removed, you can see, was the researcher's action. The researcher's action said you may give any one of your city cards when you share knowledge. It doesn't need to match the city. A player who shares knowledge with you on their turn can take any of your city cards. Now, obviously that doesn't apply now because there is no passing between players. It is passing from the archive to the hand or from the hand to the archive. Okay. So let's shuffle up. I think let's pick our roles. I'm going to pick 3 roles. A little bit of a joke for you guys. 3 roles, but there's no dice involved. Please like and subscribe and comment if you felt that was in any way hilarious. If not, sorry, I'll get better, I promise. And our first role, our first player is going to be the operations expert. The next role is going to be the contingency planner, and the third role is going to be the scientist. Okay. So let's put these other role cards out the way. Let me take you through quickly what these 3 do. So each of the roles actually just alters the common actions that all players can do, right? They just alter it slightly. So the contingency planner is all about research stations. The contingency planner can place a research station down in any city they are without having to discard a city card, which is fantastic. So they can just pop one down, right? The other thing they can do, which is quite fantastic, is usually when a player is at a research center, right, they can shuttle between research stations quite easily, right? Just as an action, they can shuttle between them. The contingency planner, what he can do is if he discards any city card, he can then travel anywhere he wants from that research station. Does that make sense? So discard any city card while at a research center, and then he can shoot off and land anywhere. Very, very cool. Okay, that's a contingency planner all about research stations. The next, sorry, that was operations expert. I'm very sorry. Operations expert can do the research station stuff. Contingency planner, oh, sorry about that. Contingency planner, I only played it a couple times, and I found them to be quite powerful. The contingency planner is when any one of these event cards is used. Usually, you kind of play it, just pick it up and throw it down, and then you can discard the card, and there's gone from the game. The contingency planner, as an action, can take an event card from the discard pile and add it to himself, and then play it at any time for free, as if it was in his hand, but it's not in his hand. Haha, it's not in his hand. The difference is when you play it from the contingency planner, it gets removed from the game, and you don't get to play it again. So, in actual fact, each of these 5 event cards can be played twice if all goes well. That also means the contingency planner is pretty much useless. he's not very special until we actually get some event cards, in the game. He's just a regular Joe who's trying his best, but he's not doing much. Last, we have the scientist. Very powerful. The scientist only needs 4 cards of the same color, 4 city cards of the same color to cure a disease. Usually we need 5. Now, this doesn't apply to the whole team. This means that when it's her turn, if we go to a research station to hand in 5 cards to get a cure, we only need to hand in 1. Sorry, not 1. We only need to hand in 4. So 1 less is what I was trying to say. Okay, fantastic. So there's our team. Next up, let's put our pigeon marker over here because that's going to mark whose turn it currently is. So currently, we're going to start with the operations expert. I'm going to put our oh, look at this, a black disease. Is it just, oh, look at this sneaky fella. One of the black disease cubes have snuck its way into the blue pile. I'm going to put the headquarters of the CDC, the Center of Disease Control, on Atlanta, as we always do, as that is the headquarters. I'm going to put our pawns there as well. So we have our contingency planner, our operations expert, and our scientist, and we can remove the rest of the pawns for now. They can go sit with that brown researcher, Shem. She's all alone. Let me just show you, folks, here. I do have them. There we are. They're all quite happy over here. There. Don't worry about them. I haven't chucked them in the bin or anything. It might have sounded like I did, but I didn't. They are safe. Okay. We got our pawn set up. We got our research set up. We've got our outbreaks track set to 0. Remember, if we ever have hit 8 outbreaks, we lose the game instantly. We have our infection rate track set to 2. This will tell us how many infection cards we draw each infect cities stage. So it goes 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. By the time it gets to 4, that's when everyone starts panic. Okay. I need you folks to panic with me, or else I feel silly. So thank you for that. I expect you all to panic. Done that. We've shuffled the deck, although we're going to need to shuffle it again. Part of the solo variant setup rules means we have to take out all the event cards, then deal 3 cards to our hand and 3 cards to our archive. Missed one. 3 cards to our archive, and then add the event cards as well as the epidemic cards and shuffle all in one big fat go. So let's do that quick. So we are now going to just cut it a couple of times. I have shuffled it already. Let's move these epidemics over here for the time being. So we are going to get 3 cards. This will be my starting hand. This will be my hand. So we have Montreal, a blue. We have Manila, a red, and we have San Diego, a yellow. So not great. We didn't get much of a what's the word I'm looking for? We didn't get much of a grouping of colors, which I would have liked. I would have liked to get through the same colors, to be quite honest, because we just need one more, and scientists could have gone ahead and cured it. Okay, now we're going to place our 3 archive cards. So we have Washington in the archive, we have New York in the archive, and we also have Atlanta in the archive. Okay, oh, this actually might work out fantastic. So remember, where can I put these? It would be nice if there's a bit more space. Maybe we put our folks up here. Hey, how does that sound? No, new plan, everyone. We're going to put, and this is why we're doing it live. I'm going to put the guys over here. Contingency planner next. Whoops. I mean, yeah, our contingency planner nearly flipped off the table there. I think he's getting really excited to cure all these diseases. Okay, well, there is the bottom row will be my hand, and the top row will be the archive. Maybe in the future, I'll maybe put some nice overlay over there if we play this again. Okay, fantastic. So this is actually pretty good. You can imagine Washington, New York, and Atlanta, they each have a library with the research we need to cure the disease. So if I can get that, then I can potentially cure it with the scientists. Ooh, fantastic. Okay, now we have the deck. We are playing with 5 epidemic cards, so that is the regular game. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to pop in just these event cards all willy-nilly. I'm trying to be, like equidistant about it. I think that's the word. But then I'll give it a bit of a cheapy shuffle. Okay. Now the way it works is with Pandemic is we place these epidemic cards into the amount of epidemic cards. Okay, let me try that explanation again first. We split the deck into separate piles, 1 pile for each epidemic card, right? We're trying to make it as equal as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as equal as possible. So this one's a bit larger. I'm going to fill up there. That looks about right. Okay, look at that. Oh, my light's shining on this sleeve, and it looks el terrible. That's Spanish for terrible. So once we've split into separate piles, we're now going to take these epidemic cards and we put them 1 in each. Am I doing this right? Yeah, you're doing this right. 1 in each. Now we take a pile, right, and we shuffle it, right? So that means in this 5th of the deck, there is an epidemic somewhere, right? We don't know where exactly it is, but it's in there. And we put it down. Then we take the next deck, the next pile, and we shuffle it. And there is an epidemic card somewhere in there. Why are we doing this, you may ask? Because now as we play the game and as we create this deck, there is an epidemic going to happen once every fifth of the deck. Now, we don't know whereabouts on the fifth. It won't be exact. It might be right at the top. It might be right at the bottom. But we can certainly tell that the longer we go without an epidemic card appearing, the more likely one is to appear, if that makes sense. So what I'm hoping for, and the best kind of shuffle, is if I've somehow made it that all the epidemic cards are at the bottom of these little piles. So it's spread out, the drawing of them, as far as possible. But we'll have to just cross fingers and see, I guess. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay. And using the heart of the cards, I really hope that Epidemic is right on the bottom there. Okay, fantastic. So, last set of setup. We have our player deck already. We have our hand over here ready. We have our 3 roll cards. We have our archive here using the new solo variant rules, which you can find in the description below the video if you are keen on trying it yourself. We have our pawn setup, we have our outbreak marker, we have our infection rate marker, and we have our headquarters of the CDC in Atlanta. Last step, we are going to start infecting the cities. So the way we do this is we draw 3 cards and put 3 disease cubes on each of the city's drawers. We draw another 3, we put 2 disease cubes on those, and we draw a final 3 and we put 1 disease cube on. So let's kick off. First city infected is Johannesburg for 3 cubes. There we go. We have Atlanta for 3. Hey, we're right here. Is that good? I don't know. I do not know. There we are. And the last one is Lagos for 3. Now remember, a city can only have 3 disease cubes at a time on it. If there ever is more than 3 disease cubes on it, it outbreaks. And what that means is, instead of placing the disease cube on the city, you actually spread out and you send it to everything, which is why I only realized the other day, which is why this outbreak marker is like a whole bunch of arrows shooting off, because it's outbreaking, it's spreading. But I'm sure you folks knew that already, and actually I did as well. I was just playing a very cool joke. Okay, so those are our 3 areas that I consider outbreak hotspots, because Lagos, Johannesburg, and Atlanta are very close to outbreaking if they get 1 more disease cube on them. Okay, let's go for the next 3 infections. We get 2 in Osaka. We get 2 in Istanbul. And we get 2 in Taipei. Okay, and then the last couple, we have 1 for Manila. We have 1 for Essen. And finally, we have 1 for San Diego. Hey, that's the one I used for an example at the beginning, if you remember. Is that fake? Was it all planned? No, it wasn't planned. Okay, so that's the setup. Let me just take a quick drink of water. That is some good quality H2O. Okay, right before we start, please, if you do enjoy this, I know we just started, but if you do enjoy this, please consider giving a subscribe, a like, a comment, a share, all that loveliness. It really does help. And apparently, I've heard that if you tap the like button or the subscribe button, either on desktop or on mobile, it actually makes fireworks. Huh. You should try that and tell me if it works. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And I'm going to hide it away, and let's kick this game off. So I think our first move as the operations expert should surely be to get these cards. Because if I can get these cards now, then the scientist can cure blue on her first turn, which I think is going to be the best ever. So first thing operations expert is going to do, he's going to use his first action point to share knowledge and get Atlanta. I think then from the archive into my hand, I think his next one, I guess he can go to Washington. See, I can't go to Washington and New York. It's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 1 action to treat Atlanta, to take one of these disease cubes away. So that's 2 actions. My third action is going to be to go to Washington. And my fourth action is to again share knowledge and get this card out of the archive. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Do not need to discard. We discard after the second round. So remember, so the first phase is do 4 actions. We've done 4 actions. Second phase is we draw 2 cards. Now we don't want epidemic cards. Please, 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 please. The first card is Airlift. Fantastic. It is an event card that we can use. And what's even nicer is that we have our contingency planner who can use it again if needed. What Airlift does, let me just show you folks. What Airlift does is it allows me to fly one of my pawns anywhere to any city at any time. I need to get permission from that pawn's owner, that player's owner, but I'm the owner. So permission granted. Thank you, Pigeon. That might come in handy. Second card is, oh, how in the world? So we drew our first Epidemic card on the first draw phase, and that's unfortunate. But I'll show you how it works. So the way it works is, during this Epidemic card, we need to do 3 things. We need to increase, infect, and intensify. Increase means we move the infection rate up by 1, right? Luckily enough, it's still on 2, so we still only have to infect 2 cards. The next part is infect, right? Infect means we draw the bottom card of the deck, and we flip it, and that card gets 3 disease cubes applied. It becomes a hot outbreak hotspot. So the place getting infected is Paris for 3. 1, 2, 3 in Paris. Okay, so now we have as hotspots we have Paris. We did have Atlanta, but we cured one. So we have Paris, Johannesburg, Lagos, and wasn't there one over here? No, I guess there should have only been 3. Johannesburg, Lagos, and Atlanta, and Paris. Atlanta is not a hotspot anymore. Okay, now the third thing we do as part of this epidemic is intensify, and this is the scariest thing. What we do now is we take this discard pile, we take this discard pile and we give it a good old shuffle, right? Now remember, each of these cards that I'm shuffling now are the cards that have already placed disease cubes on the board. I'm then going to place it back on top of the infection deck, and what that means is next time I draw, it is definitely going to be, making a current area even worse. So for all I know, I might hit an outbreak right now, which is going to be very sad. But we can hope, and maybe that won't happen. Okay, come on. On the plus side of drawing the epidemic so soon is hopefully we have a bit of a break now, and none happened for a while. Hopefully, everyone cross fingers at home. Okay, that was the draw 2 cards, resolve any epidemics, discard down to 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are good. We don't need to discard down. And lastly, we need to infect cities because our infection rate is still at 2, even though we increase it. We draw 2 cards, and remember, these are the cards we just reshuffle, which means it's going to hit. It will hit the cities that we've already infected. So let's see. So the first city infected is Paris. Come on. So here we go. Paris already has 3. Paris cannot get a 4th one, which means we outbreak. The meter goes up, and every other city connected to Paris gets a disease cube. And I mean, look at that. Paris is right in the middle of Europe. So we have 1 to London, 1 to Essen, which puts it on 2. We have 1 on Milan. We have 1 on Istanbul, and 1 on Algiers, and 1 on Madrid. Okay, so that was terrible. Another thing, remember, we lose the game if our outbreak meter hits 8. We're on 1 now already. And the other way we lose is if our pool of disease cubes is empty and we are asked to place another disease cube on the map. So currently, we need to start cleaning up blue pretty quickly because blue's not looking happy in any sense. Okay, our second spot is Istanbul. Luckily enough, Istanbul only has 2 black cubes. So we have 3 black cubes and 1 black cube, and that is the turn. Okay. Good first turn, I guess. Okay, contingency planner. Your move, sir. I think your move, as stated before, is going to be to clean up, is to get that blue card for the scientist. So first move is going to head over to Washington. Second action is to grab New York. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Third action, I think, is going to most likely be to get to one of these hotspots. Now, I'm not going to go to Paris because Paris already came up, right? So I'm probably going to go to Johannesburg or Lagos to make sure they don't outbreak. Luckily, it's a pretty easy option because Joburg, if it outbreaks, it's going to infect Kinshasa and Khartoum, where Lagos will infect Sao Paulo, Kinshasa, and Khartoum. So Lagos is the one I don't want to outbreak more. It's the better to cure of two evils. You know what I'm trying to say. So I think I'm going to use my airlift card, right, as my third action. So that will take my contingency planner over to Lagos, and then for my fourth action, I will treat for one. So there we go. Okay, and that's the end of my action phase. I'm now going to draw two cards. The first card is One Quiet Night. Ooh, skip the next infect city stage. I think I might actually play that right now. Let me just see what the second card is. And the second card is Moscow. Oh, okay. So let's put that over here. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd have to discard a card, but I'm not going to because I'm going to play my One Quiet Night before that. One Quiet Night means we're going to skip the infect city stage. So I'll put that there and skip that. Wow, 2 events. That's actually quite nice. We don't have to discard, we don't have to infect cities. My turn is over. It is now the scientist's turn. Scientist, straight away, very easy. Scientist only needs 4 cards of the same color to cure. To cure, we need to take those cards to a research station, which we're already on, luckily enough, and I'm going to take these and cure. Fantastic. Okay, so we started out quite terrible, but I'm hoping things come right. I'm just going to put these event cards on top the whole time because I want my contingency planner to grab them when he gets a chance. Okay, so blue is now cured. Fantastic. To win the game, I need to cure all 4 diseases. Blue can still infect everyone, it can still spread, but we can cure it. It's cured now, which means when I treat an area for blue, instead of removing 1 cube, I actually remove all cubes. Fantastic. And if I can get all of the blue cubes removed, I then flip this tile over, and now the disease is eradicated. And now if a blue cube comes up, a city comes up to be infected, we ignore it. So I think I might do that. Okay, so because I have no extra, cards to do anything. So I think I'm going to go and start cleaning up this place. So I will treat for 1 action, and that removes both cards. And then I can't do anything. Well, I guess I could. Maybe I should shoot. No. I was going to say, let me shoot over to. Maybe I should shoot over to Tokyo. Should I? Or should I clean up here? I'm gonna come to Europe. I think I'm gonna come to Europe. So I'm gonna use 1 action to go to Washington and my last action to go to New York. Okay, good play all. Now we are going to draw 2 cards. The first card drawn is Chicago, and the next card drawn is another event card. Surely this can't be correct. So I'm gonna grab Chicago and I'm gonna grab forecast. I think I'm gonna ignore that for now. I'm not gonna use forecast for now. Let's keep it. I'm actually going to leave it over here. Contingency planner can keep an eye on it and say, hey, remember that one? We need that one day. I think I'll use forecast a bit later. I would like to use it right before we, or right after we've eradicated disease, because then we can kind of set up a whole pile of nothing happening turns where we just relax. Okay, and then lastly, I don't need to discard down, right? No, look at 5 cards. I'm going to infect 2 cities. The first city is Essen, who is now a hotspot, 3 cubes. And the next city is Osaka, which is now also a hotspot with 3 cubes. Okay, so this place is getting wacky. We do need to clean it up quickly. We don't have there's no front runner for which disease to cure next, but we'll get there. Okay, so I'm going to go to operations expert. I think operations expert. What are you going to do, sir? I think we're just gonna carry on. Get into Europe. Nothing else. Oh, well, I guess Joburg can outbreak. Maybe I should. No. I don't really want to do that just yet. I know Joburg's going to outbreak, right? It's going to happen, and I'm okay with that happening. So I think operations expert for now is going to get into the middle of Europe, clean it up. If I get a chance, I might put down a research station, just so our travel becomes a bit easier later on. So 1 action, 2 action, 3 action, and treat. Okay. So essence clean. Okay, so let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, treat for 4. Fantastic. We now get to draw 2 cards. The first card drawn is Tokyo, and the next card drawn is Johannesburg. So we have 1. We have 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are safe. We do not need to discard. I am then going to infect 2 cities. First city infected is Johannesburg, and there is the outbreak I spoke of. So we can't put another cube on Joburg because it already has 3. So we outbreak, and we put 1 cube on Kinshasa and 1 cube on Khartoum. The next city infected will be San Diego for 1. So now San Diego's on 2 disease cubes. Okay, good. We are now going to go into the next turn, which is the contingency planner. I think contingency planner, where are you? You're down there, sir. Okay. I think contingency planner is going to use 1 quiet night, just, right away. Should he do it? Well, either way, I'm going to use an action to grab 1 quiet night, right? So there's it on him. So you can play whenever you want. And then I have 3 more actions. So how about I I've got 3 more actions, right? I think I'm going to treat for 2. One, 2, 3. No, I only have 3 moves left. I was going to have my contingency planner head over to Europe to help out with the cleanup here, but I don't have enough actions because I've used this one to grab the 1 quiet night. So I'm going to use. Oh, it's doing my head in. I know. I'm going to use 2 actions to treat, right? And then I will use 1 action to move down to Santiago, Kinshasa. I think I'm going to use 1 action to move down to Kinshasa, right? And then I'm going to, before the end of my turn, I'm going to use my 1 quiet night card so that we don't have to infect city this turn, and we get to remove that from the game. Okay, so far so good. Draw 2 cards. First card drawn is Sydney, and the second card drawn is Jakarta. I'm definitely keeping both of these. I think this is going to be quite an easy game. I think the scientist is too powerful, to be quite honest. Because okay, I've got another cure now. Now I need to discard, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. I need to discard 3. I need to discard 3. So how about I discard these 2? Right. I might as well play it because I don't want to discard yellow just yet. I feel like I've only got 2 more yellow. So I'm going to, before discarding, I'm going to, oh, wait a second. Am I counting wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I only need to discard 2. There, discard 2. I'm on 7 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Remember, kids, stay in school. It's good for you. Also, I'm told. But okay, 7 cards, and we've got enough reds for a cure. No epidemic drawn. No need to discard, and I played my 1 quiet night card, so no need to infect cities. Fantastic, which means it is the next player's turn. And little old scientist, her job was going to be to come here and cure things, but she really can't. She has to go cure. She has to go cure red at this point. So 1 action, 2 action to move. Third action is to hand in the 4 research cards because she only needs to hand in 4, not 5. And that is red disease cured. 2 out of 4 done. Fantastic. This is going to be, I think, a very quick game. She has 1 more action, right? Let me just double check. Yeah, she had 1, 2 cure and 1 more move. I think I'm gonna have her move down to East Asia and Australasia just to clean up this area. There's only 3 spots, so if she can get there quick, that'll be help. So I'm gonna use my last action to move to Chicago. And then I am going to draw 2 cards. The first card drawn is Baghdad, and the next card drawn is Los Angeles. Look at that, eh? I've nearly got enough for the next cure. I don't need to discard. We now infect 2 cities. The first city infected is Atlanta. Come on, fella, I was just there. And the next city infected is Taipei. Taipei is also now a hotspot right next to Osaka. So this is very dangerous. Although we know the cards are in here, so we're safe for now until the next epidemic comes. This is dangerous because if Osaka or Taipei outbreak, they will put another cube on their neighbor and cause a chain outbreak, which means I'm just going to be bumping up. So we do not want that. No siree, Bobberoonie. Okay. Next step is going to be the operations expert's turn. So operations expert, 1 cure. I can go 1 cure, 1 cure, which I think will be fun. But I do think we need to start putting some research centers down. Although at this point, scientist is just, it's all for her. So I don't think we need a research station right now. So I'm going to go 1 to London, treat. That's 2 actions, move and a treat, and then move to Paris and treat. And that, whoops, careful fella. And that'll remove all 3 disease cubes because we've already cured it. Okay, come on. 4 more spots. 4 more spots, yo. And I think that's my turn. Move, treat, move, treat. I'm then going to draw 2 cards. First card drawn is Calcutta, and second card drawn is Riyadh. So let us see. Come here. Are we still safe? I think we've got exactly 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Righto. So the next thing we've got to do is we've got to infect cities. The first city infected is Manila, which now puts it on 2 disease cubes, and the next city infected is Lagos, which is now on 1 disease cube. Okay. Good. Good. I think we might be very much, if not already, I think we might be nearing the end of where we were with the original deck. Because I don't see any areas that have, well, Kinshasa? No, that was because of the outbreak. I don't see anywhere with 1 disease cube. These ones were from, in Europe, were from an outbreak that happened in Paris. Wait a second, Paris did an outbreak. They was not supposed to move a cube to Istanbul. It's not connected to Istanbul. Hey! I'm very disappointed no one told me about that. Let me just double check. Paris is connected to Essen, London, Madrid, Algiers, and Milan, not Istanbul. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, even better, only 3 more places. Oh, fantastic. Woohoo! Fantastic. Okay, so that was that turn. It is now the contingency planner's turn. You, sir, most likely need to get this, don't you? Just in case. Because if we get that, we can actually get some folks over that side. Maybe. What should we do? What should we do with this guy? So if we can get an, we can get an airlift, right? We can get an airlift, 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 But then what do we do with it? 1, 2. I'm just thinking on the scientist's turn, she could go 1, 2, 3 cure. So she could get to Osaka, right? She could get to Osaka and cure. Where my contingency planner, if he uses the airlift, he could airlift it up by cure treat. Yeah, he could actually get these two done, which might be the move, hey? I think that might be the move. Because then we nearly have red sorted. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my contingency planner's ability to grab airlift out the discard pile. I'm then going to use airlift. So it's out the game for good now. And I'm going to move myself from Kinshasa, to Manila. So that's, let me just double check. That was one action. That's one action to get the card out. It's free to play the card. So still only one action. My second action is going to be to treat. It takes 2 disease cubes because I've already cured it. Third action to move to Taipei. And fourth action to treat again. Hey. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I think that's it for me. I think that's it for the contingency plan. Well done, sir. You did good. Okay, we've got to draw 2 cards. First card drawn is Sao Paulo, which means we have now cured yellow. And the next card drawn is Taipei. I'll most likely have to discard here. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I count right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So I'm going to be curing yellow, right? So I can't discard this. So even if I discard this, I might as well use forecast, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I might as well discard these two. And then, use forecast. I'm going to lose it anyway if I don't. And then, unless I keep Taipei and I discard one of these cards, because then I can use Taipei to cure yellow and still go and cure Osaka on this turn, which would be a fun. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to use forecast before we discard cards. So forecast lets me look at the top 6 cards of the infection deck and reshuffle them. Oh no, that's not again. That's in the discard pile. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I usually like to use this right after an epidemic. But let's see what we got. We got London, Hong Kong, Buenos Aires, Shanghai, Kolkata, and Montreal. So, I want to cure blue, so I don't want to get. Buenos Aires is fine. Buenos Aires can get hit. And then not Montreal, not London. We'll put them at the back. Hong Kong. Hong Kong's far, yeah. Yeah, not Hong Kong. Shanghai. Shanghai's even further, yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to put Buenos Aires and Kolkata, right? That'll hit this turn. But then scientists should cure Osaka, which will eradicate the red, which means then the next 2 will be red and nothing will happen. So I have a free turn. And then I just got to make sure I'm a bit further along with blue if I get a chance. I don't think I will be, but we can try. Okay, so that's my move. Now, the only thing that could make this quite terrible is if I know I've already drawn. I was going to say if I draw an epidemic, but I'm not going to draw an epidemic. I've already drawn. And then I'm going to discard which one's the best one. Do I have got Istanbul? No. Which one's the closest to Istanbul? I guess Baghdad. It's like kind of central, the Middle East there. Yeah, I'll keep that. So I'll discard Riyadh. Put it out the game. That should put me on 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fantastic. We haven't used the archive once. Strangely enough. Now I think the next time we're going to draw 2 cards to infect cities. So the first city infected is Buenos Aires, as expected. And the next city infected is Kolkata. So Kolkata and Buenos Aires all have, what's the word? They both have 2 cards now. 2 disease cubes. There we are. And now it is the scientist's turn. So scientist, your job is quite simple. We are going to go to, I think I messed up royally. I'm not going to be able to do my fancy move. Oh man, that's frustrating. Oh well, we'll get it next time. So we are going to. Oh no, I've messed up royally. Unless I don't cure this turn. Move to. See, I thought I would have enough to actually cure and get to Osaka and fix it up, but I don't. So if I move to Atlanta, cure, that's 2 actions. Fly to Taipei is 3, and then 4th action just to get to Osaka. I don't have enough to actually fix it up. Oh, dearie, dearie me. I should have thought about things, and I didn't. I got cocky, and now look where we are. Now I'm going to get those 2 red cards, and it's going to mess this up even more. Okay, whatever. We're going to move to Atlanta with 1. We are going to cure by handing in 4 cards, right? That cures yellow. Yellow is cured. 1 more disease and we win. For my, I need to think what's going to happen. I guess I need to be in Taipei anyway, right? Because now I'm going to draw Shanghai and Hong Kong, I think it was. So I might as well be here. So for my 3rd action, I'm going to take a direct flight to Taipei by discarding Taipei. And for my 4th action, I'm going to move to Osaka and just relax over there for a bit, I think. Okay, we draw 2 cards. First card drawn is Tehran. Second card drawn is Madrid. If I get 1 more black card, then I can cure black with a scientist at least, and I should win. It's actually quite, so far the solo variant is easy, but I don't know if I've just got the best, the best hand. Right though, we don't need to discard down. We don't need to resolve any epidemics. We are now going to infect 2 cities. First city infected is Shanghai. Oh, sorry, I thought it was Beijing and Hong Kong. Oh, sorry, no, I did say Shanghai. So Shanghai for 1. And the next one is Hong Kong, if I remember correctly. Yes, it is Hong Kong. Oops, knocked the cube there. And Hong Kong. Okay. Whatever. I'll do better next time. Okay, and now it is the operation expert's turn. Operation expert, what are you going to do? I think I really like to fix this place up, but I don't think I have enough time. What do I do? I mean, I'm so close to clearing. I might as well just carry on trying to go, eh? Okay, so 2 actions, or 4 actions. I'm going to take 1 action to move, 1 action to treat, 3rd action to move, 4th action to treat. Okay, there we go. That was operations expert. I think that's okay for now. We are now going to draw 2 cards. First card drawn is Cairo, and that is it. I think that's game for us. And oh, I spoke too soon as I said it. So we got the 2nd epidemic card. We have enough to cure the black disease. So as long as we can get to a research station and we don't do anything, well, we have enough to cure with the scientist. So if we can get to the scientist without going too crazy, I think we win. I'm sure we fine. I'm sure we've won this game. But let's just, follow through, make sure. I've been cocky before and it hasn't turned out well. So first off, we're going to increase the infection rate. Infection rate is still at 2, so we're happy. Next, we are going to infect. So we are going to take the bottom card of the infection deck and we are going to infect Chicago for 3 cubes. Damn, man. I'm like trying so hard just to clean up, eradicate this blue disease, and it's just not letting me. And then the last step is we shuffle the cards. So I'm going to put this epidemic over here. You can see we have 2. And then we shuffle, 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 shuffle. What I think I'm going to do on the contingency plan this turn now is I think I might actually grab this forecast that I was supposed to use, earlier. I think now will be a good time because we can kind of, well, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. I just don't want outbreaks to happen right now, Okay, good stuff. There we are. And now we are going to, we don't need to discard. We get to infect 2 cities still. The first city infected is Shanghai. Whew, that was lucky. Please not Osaka. Please not Osaka. And the next one is Chicago, which outbreaks. Chicago already has 3. So outbreak meter goes up by 1. And we get 1 in San Francisco, 1 in Atlanta, and 1 in Montreal. Oh, and there's even more. Damn. 1 in Los Angeles and 1 in Mexico City. Wow, okay. So I'm probably not going to cure the blue disease anytime soon, because that was just, uncalled for in many senses. Okay, end of that turn. Next turn is contingency planner. Contingency planner, I think we are still going to stick with just clearing up red while we can. So we are going to go 1, treat, 2, and treat. There we go. Okay, that's his 4 moves. And then we get to draw 2 cards. First card is Hong Kong. Second card is Seoul. 2 reds. Okay. What does that say for me with my discarding? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are good. Okay. Then we don't need to discard. We don't need to result in epidemics. I'm going to draw 2 cards to infect. We are going to infect Paris with 1. I'm just, honestly, it's like I've just swept up this place, and someone keeps on throwing like dirt and mud everywhere. It's frustrating as hell. And then the next one is Santiago. Santiago is actually a hotspot now. Okay, I shouldn't need to worry. Yep. And now it is the scientist plan, and the scientist. I've got Seoul and Hong Kong. Where are they? There's Seoul. So I should be able to win the game now. I've got enough cards. What I think I'm going to do is going to take 1 action, 2 action to get to Seoul. 1 action, 2 action, I'm in Seoul. I'm going to discard Seoul so I can build a research center there, a research station. And then for my 4th action, I'm going to hand in my 4 cards and cure the black disease. Hey! And we won. We won again. To be quite honest, I don't think I've ever lost a game with a scientist. She is potent. She is fantastic. I found this very easy actually, but I think, I don't know, was it because I had all the events in the beginning? Or is it because I had the scientist? Or because I got a good hand? What happened to my archive? Did I draw those out? No, I moved around. I got them. And I have to rewatch the video now. I feel like I've done something wrong because it was a bit too easy. I'll try. I did enjoy this, I will say, and I hope you folks did as well. I'll have to rewatch the recording because now I'm worried that I did something wrong because it was just too easy. Please comment. Let me know if I did something wrong. I don't think I did, but maybe. Let's just see when the next epidemic was going to come, how many moves I still had free. Algiers, Khartoum, Paris, Osaka, and there it is, the last one. So we had a few turns. I think we would have done well. I really enjoyed this. I think again I'll try it next time. I'll choose different roles again. Maybe the setup. Maybe I was just lucky with the setup and the drawing. Maybe I had the heart of the cards. But I really enjoyed it. If it is still as easy next time, what I think I'll do is I'll try and add 6 epidemic cards. I'll give that a shot and see how that feels. Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe when you play the proper official solo variant, 6 epidemic cards is a lot easier. Anyway, that was fun. I really hope you folks enjoyed it. So, if you had enjoyed it, I hope you didn't get a fright with that fancy red arrow coming in. If you did enjoy this, please consider subscribing. As I said earlier, apparently fireworks come on the little button. It looks very pretty, I'm told. So give that a shot. If not for me, for the fireworks. But give that a shot. It will really help the channel. It really gives me a big smile on my face. Like, share, comment, you can hit that little notification bell as well. What happens then is when I schedule a live stream or when I go live, you'll actually get a notification to say, hey, Pigeon's live, Birds on Board, hurry, hurry, hurry. So that's useful. Please, it is, I know I'm begging here, but please, come on, man, just come on, please. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. I want to try it again. I'll most likely stream, if not the weekend, then early next week again. I'm going to see if I can actually get in a game this weekend with a few of my buddies, which will be fun. I've been playing solo for the last 2 weeks pandemic, so I'm actually looking forward to playing with some other folks where we can argue a bit about strategy. You know, I'm going to go here. No, I want to go there, but that's the wrong place to go, you fool. So I think I want to do that. But anyway, thank you so much. This has been Birds on Board. My name has been Pigeon. We've been playing Pandemic, cooperative game designed by Matt Leacock and published by Z-Man Games. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. All the best. Cheers, cheers.